Hi, friends. Today, we're going to settle one of the most common points of confusion in lean manufacturing: takt time, cycle time, and lead time. These three time concepts look similar, but they actually describe three completely different things. And understanding them correctly can transform the way you plan, manage, and improve production. Let's break them down in the simplest and clearest way possible. We will start from takt time. Think of talk time as the heartbeat of your production line. It tells you how fast you need to produce one unit in order to keep up with customer demand. Let's review a very simple example here. If your customer needs 240 units today, and you have 8 hours of continuous working shift, that equals 480 minutes of production time. Let's calculate tack time now. Tack time is equal to available production time divided by the customer demand. So, what we get here, tack time is 2 minutes per unit. This means you must finish one unit every 2 minutes to meet the customer's demand. If production is slower than 2 minutes per unit, you will fall short. If you produce too fast, you risk overproduction, the biggest waste in lean manufacturing. Improving tack time doesn't mean changing the tact itself, because tact is set by customer demand, but rather making your production flow smoothly at that required pace. When your processes match the tact rhythm, work becomes steady and consistent. You can achieve this by balancing tasks across operators, removing bottlenecks, and using visual tools like tact boards to track progress. Small buffer stocks can also help manage minor fluctuations and keep the workflow stable. Now let's move to cycle time. This is the real-world speed of your process. Cycle time is the actual time it takes to make one unit from start to finish in a specific process. It reflects the true pace of production for that step in the process. Let's review two very simple examples here. If an operator assembles a unit in 90 seconds, that 90 seconds is the cycle time for that workstation. If a machine produces a plastic part every 25 seconds, then 25 seconds is the machine's cycle time. This indicates that the machine's output is one part every 25 seconds, regardless of other workstation speeds. Cycle time is all about your capability. How fast are you truly making the product? And this is how you compare it with takt time. If your cycle time is longer than your takt time, you cannot meet customer demand. If your cycle time is shorter than takt, you're in control and can use the extra capacity smartly. Improving cycle time is important because shorter cycle times directly increase productivity, allowing more units to be produced in the same amount of time. If a workstation's cycle time is longer than the takt time, the process will not be able to meet customer demand, creating delays and bottlenecks. To reduce cycle time, organizations can remove unnecessary motions or steps, provide ergonomic tools and fixtures to make work easier and faster, automate repetitive tasks, and minimize machine downtime through proper maintenance. Standardizing work methods also helps ensure consistent performance and prevents variation that slows production. In the end, we have lead time. Lead time is the big picture view. Lead time is the total time from when a customer places an order until the product is delivered. It starts the moment a customer places an order and ends the moment they receive it. It includes waiting, queues, batch delays, inspection time, production time, packaging, transport, everything. If a customer orders on Monday and receives their product on Friday, the lead time is 5 days. Let's review a detailed example. As a customer, you ordered a customized part. The total lead time is determined by the sum of all steps required to deliver the final product. In this case, the order spends 2 days waiting in the production queue, followed by 1 day of actual processing. After processing, it takes another day for packaging, and finally 2 more days for delivery to your location. Adding all these stages together results in a total lead time of 6 days. Reducing lead time is essential because shorter lead times improve customer satisfaction, reduce inventory levels, lower work in process, and decrease the costs associated with delays and storage. They also help increase cash flow by moving products through the system more quickly. In a lean environment, Lead time reduction is one of the most impactful cost-saving improvements an organization can achieve. Effective strategies for reducing lead time include eliminating unnecessary waiting and batching, lowering work in process through a pull system, improving workflow layout to shorten travel distances, and implementing standardized work to ensure consistent performance. Enhancing coordination between departments and using Kanban to prevent overproduction also contributes significantly to faster and more efficient flow. In the end, I have a quick comparison for you. Review it. It will give you the whole summary that we have just discussed. That's all for today. Thank you so much for your time. Take care.